Hello students, I hope that you have completed the homework which I gave you in the last session, and if it is completed, please submit it on our website so that I can find out whether it is calculated correctly or not. Okay. Now today in statistics, as I told you in the last session, that we will try to solve correlation coefficient sums by the Carl Pearson's product moment method using the different formulae, right? Last session we have seen another new formula regarding that correlation coefficient, that was direct method sum, that is called XY formula. Directly using the variable x and y, we have used the formula, right? Now today in this session we will see how we can use shortcut method. Shortcut method means, it is you have learned in the 11th standard also, when you have calculated the mean or when you have calculated the standard deviation with the help of deviations taken from the assumed mean. That variable x, you used to convert it into the variable d by taking deviations from assumed mean. That is called d is equals to, you took x minus a, or you have taken x minus a upon c. Same way over here in shortcut method, we'll convert variable x into a new variable u and variable y into a new variable v. Why we have to use this formula? So sometimes we cannot find the value of x bar and y bar from the variables available in the exact figure, but that will be available in fractional values. So in that case, it is somewhat difficult for us to use that x minus x bar and y minus y bar method. As well, the values which are provided for variable x and variable y are somewhat larger values, like in 2 digits, 3 digits, larger values available, for which the multiplication is also not so much easy for us, as well as addition, deduction, that is also, or squaring of the values, also somewhat difficult for us. No doubt we are using calculators, but then too also that values which we are getting are in fractional values or are large values, that is 9-digit values or 6-digit values we are getting. So sometimes when you write the value from your calculator into your classwork book, in that way also sometimes it may have a little change, that is change in the alternate values available, like maybe possible or 3 1 it is there and you write by mistake 1 3. So that is the mistake we used to commit in the case when the values are larger available. So in that case, we'll try to make the values into smaller values, try to convert them into smaller values, and then we'll use that smaller values, new converted values, to calculate the correlation coefficient. And as we have discussed in the properties, that correlation coefficient is free from the changes in the scale as well as changes in origin. That means what? If you find out the correlation coefficient between x and y, original variable values, or if you find out the correlation coefficient between u and v, that is called transformed values, by both the ways your answer will remain same only. That is the property of correlation coefficient. Okay, so that is why we'll try to use that, will become easier for us also. So for that purpose, today we'll see continue question number 7. Question number 5 is also remaining, so that you have to solve. I told you last time question number 6, fourth one we have solved, and told you to complete the question number 6. Now question number 5 also you can find out with the help of the direct method formula, xy formula, because the values are smaller available. It is easy for you, so try to solve it with the help of that formula. So finish this question number 5 also, you can solve that. Now today we'll see question number 7. So see, I am reading the question. From the following information of the age in years and blood pressure in millimeter, find the correlation coefficient between age and blood pressure. then it is given age in years. See the values provided: 58, 55, 65, 55, 48, 68, 62 and 56. And systolic blood pressure available: 130, 150, 150 in 3 digits you can see, and these values are also somewhat larger, 52, 50, more than 50 values. So in this case we'll try to find out with the help of shortcut method formula. Okay, so all of you take your classwork book, pen and also your calculator so that you can do with me. I will show you one by one and you try to copy it with me so that you can understand what and how we are going to solve this kind of sums. Okay, so you can see I have copied the observations. First, age in years available, recorded as variable x, and a systolic blood pressure it is given in millimeters, considered as variable y. Then I have copied variable x values and also I have copied variable y values. Now in this method it is not necessary, it is not compulsory to find out the total of x column and total of y column. Some used to say that you have to take the assume mean nearer to the x bar and nearer to y bar. It is not necessary. Any one value out of these values available is considered as assume mean. Sometimes it may be other than this value also you can take as assume mean. It is not necessary, but I used to prefer to take any one value out of the given values. Why? So that value will become, the difference of that value will become 0, and that multiplication and square up of 0 with 0 will be easier for us. So that much part will become 0. So that I used to prefer. So no need to find out total in this case. What you have to do, you have to convert these variable x values into u, new variable u value. So what I am going to do, see, u is equals to, I am going to write x minus any one value we have to take out of these given values as assume mean. Okay, so I will take assume mean as 55. You can take any value, but remember, according to the assume mean what you have selected, your total of column u or column v will keep on changing. If I have taken x minus 55, then my total of u, and if you have taken x minus any other value, then your total of u column will be different, not equal. But at the end, the last answer what you are going to get, that is correlation coefficient, both must be same. That is what you have to keep in mind. Okay, so I am taking x minus 55 as assume mean. Okay, so see, 58, from each observation I have to deduct 55. So 58 minus 55, it is 3. 55 minus 55, it is 0. This is what the benefit. This 0 I have got means 0 into that another value will be 0, as well as square of 0 will be also 0. So that much value in total and in multiplication will not be there. That means that much part will become easy for you. That is why I used to take any one value from the given data. Okay, then 65 minus 55, it is 10. 55 minus 52 minus 55, it is minus 3. 48 minus 55, it is minus 7. 68 minus 55, it is 13. 62 minus 55 is 7, and 56 minus 55 is 1. Now find out this total. It may have more than 0. It is not exactly 0, because this is, we don't know that this is exactly mean. So if it is not exactly mean, total of that column deviations will be some value available. Okay, so we'll try to find out. See, 10 plus 3 minus 3 minus 7 plus 13 plus 7 plus 1, that comes to 24. Again you can confirm. See, 3 and minus 3 is cancelled, 7 and minus 7 is cancelled. The 13 plus 10, 23 plus 1, 24. This is how also you can define the total. Okay, now v, y variable will convert into a new variable, v variable. So I am going to take v is equals to y minus any one value out of the given value. That value you have to take so that the calculation will become easier for you, as well as this deduction also will become easier for you. So that value you have to select. So I am selecting over here now. It is say 150. I will take 150. Chalo, no problem. You can take any other value also. Okay, see now 130 minus 150, it is minus 20. 150 minus 150, see it is 0. Again 150 minus 150, 0. 130 minus 150, minus 20. 140 minus 150, minus 10. 158 minus 150, it is 8. 155 minus 150, it is 5. 140 minus 150, it is minus 10. Correct? Now find out this total, which is called sum of V. So negative values are more available, so that will total first, and then from that we'll deduct these positive values. So see, minus 20 plus again minus 20 plus 10 plus 10. So the total of this negative value is minus 60. From that we'll deduct this 8 plus 5, that is 13, minus 13. So we come to get total 47 minus 47 is your sum of V total. So this is what now your new variable, transformed variable U and V. So instead of taking X and Y values, now we'll take U and V values to calculate our correlation coefficient. So for that purpose, now what is your formula? So just like XY method formula you have seen, same formula you have to take over here. Only the change is, instead of X you have to replace U, and instead of Y you have to replace V. So I am writing that formula. See, n sum of UV minus sum of U into sum of V divided by into the first root n sum of U square minus sum of U the whole square into the another root n sum of V square minus sum of V the whole square. So it is the same formula which we have used in XY method. That previous session we have seen formula. Same formula you can write over here, but instead of X and Y you have to replace U and V. So accordingly now different columns we will prepare over here. So see, sum of U, sum of V are we have got. Okay, that is values are available. Now sum of UV we require to calculate, sum of U square and sum of V square we require to calculate. So I am going to prepare that columns one by one. First I will prepare UV column. UV column means these two column multiplication and their total, which is called sum of UV, product of the both deviations and its total. Okay, so 3 into minus 20, the important thing is sign is over here, remember this. 3 into minus 20 is minus 60, 0 into 0 it is 0, 10 into 0 is also 0, minus 3 into minus 20 is positive 60, minus 10 into minus 7 is positive 70, 13 into 8 it is 104, 7 into 5 it is 35, and 1 into minus 10 it is minus 10. This total we get is known as sum of UV. We'll find out that total. So minus 60 plus 60 it is cancel, you can see. Correct? Now we'll total up these three values and we'll deduct 10 from it. So you can see 70 plus 104 plus 35, that comes to 209 minus 10. So it is 199. This is your total of UV column, that is sum of UV. So UV we got. Now U square, sum of U square means sum of the square of the deviations taken from the variable X. Okay, so this values, U values we get, its square value we have to find out, and that column total we require. So first value is 3, 3 square is 9, 0, 0, 0, then 10 square is 100, minus 3 square is 9, minus 7 square is 49, 13 square 169, 7 square 49, and 1 square is 1. Correct? Now find out its total. So 9 plus 100 plus 9 plus 49 plus 169 plus 49 plus 1. That comes to sum of u square. This is called as, it is 386. Now similarly we need this one, sum of v square. So now v square column, that is your last column. So square of the deviations taken from the variable y, its total we need over here. So minus 20 square, positive 400, 0 square is 0, again 0, minus 20 square, again 400, minus 10 square is 100, 8 square 64, 5 square 25, and minus 10 square is 100. Total of this that we have to find out, which is called as sum of v square. I hope you can do with me, and you are doing also, I hope that. Okay, this thing you should know now how we are doing, because we have done so many times this same type of calculation in 11th standard also, so it is not new for you. Okay, it is 1089, and you can use that memory plus function also. I showed you in 11th standard how to use m plus function while doing this kind of calculation. Okay, so you can use that also. Okay, now we got all the values, so we'll try to replace it in our formula. See now, n is how much? So that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8 observations we have. So n is equals to 8. 8 into sum of uv we got 199, minus sum of u, it is 24, sum of v is minus 47. Each and every value see you have denoted over there. Accordingly you can take the values, divided by into the first root, and n is 8, sum of u square 386, minus sum of u is 24 the whole square, into another root, n is 8, sum of v square is 1089, minus sum of v is minus 47 the whole square. Now one by one do this calculation. Now that becomes easier for you. So now 8 into 199, which is equals to 1592. Next, minus, now see over here, 24 into minus 47, you will get negative answer. So minus into minus, that sign will become positive. Okay, so I am writing the direct sign, change in the sign, minus into minus, it is positive. And now the multiplication, so 24 into 47, which is 1128, divided by into the first root, 8 into 386, that comes to 3088, minus 24 square is 576, into another root, 8 into 1089, that comes to 8712, minus 47 square. See over here, this sign will remain as it is. Why? Minus 47 square will become positive, right? The plus into minus, again it will be negative only. So main sign will not change over here, because we are squaring up the negative value. So that will become as it is, positive value only, and that square is 2209. Now go ahead. So 1592 plus 1128, which is 2720, divided by into the first root, 3088 minus 576, that comes to 2512, into another root, 8712 minus 2209, that comes to 6503. Now 2720, you have to do multiplication of these two, and then you have to find out its square root. So I am finding that square root now. 6503 into 2512, and that value square root, its square root is 4041.72. so the value of r now, it is 2720 divided by 4041.72, that comes to 0.67. it is 0.67. that is your value of R. Okay, correlation coefficient R. And again answer is positive, so it is positive relation, correlation, but not exactly one, so it is called as what? Partial positive correlation. This is how you can solve the sum. I hope that you have done the sum with me only, so I hope that you are getting the point what I want to tell you.